Hi, one of you. Well, this is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Cardano. Once again, thank you for your continued support, okay? Really do appreciate everything you do to contribute towards growth of CoinsKid. Sharing is caring. And once again, big up to all the CoinsKid crew and all the members and the people involved in the Patreon there. Thank you. Really appreciate your support in there. There's a team of us in there that are providing content, so that's great. It's golden. We're trying to do round-the-clock content, and if you've got any questions, just pop a message and we'll try and get back to you as well. You can imagine there's over 1,000 Patreons in there right now. It's very busy, so it's all good. It's golden effectively. And I tell you what, Cardano's really strong, to be honest with you. It is relatively strong compared to a lot of the other cryptos that are sort of rolling over, so to speak. Cardano is showing enormous strength now, as long as it can stay above this 20, and you can see how high above it is, the 20 on the weekly time frame right there. Look how good it is. Look how strong it is. Okay, you're above this swing high as well, so that's good. You're basically sitting on a swing high. I mean, you're above the all-time high. That's effectively what I'm trying to say. So you're looking really good, really good for a level of consolidation. Basically, I wouldn't imagine any kind of breakout at the moment because Bitcoin is very indecisive, and regardless of what you get told, Bitcoin is the front runner, okay? And whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market follows. But I've noticed that if Bitcoin breaks down, Cardano is not breaking down as much. It's showing a relatively strong position at the moment in the market. Now, effectively, what I think you've got going on for Cardano is this, okay? You've got this level of consolidation where you're going to go sideways for a little bit before the market sorts itself out, starts to look a bit more healthier, and then you get that march on for Cardano, so to speak, up towards the way Elliott wave, fifth wave here, taking you up to the 1272, which is at $4.18. Then obviously the extension at 1414 at $7.63. So it's all good. It's golden. You just got to sit pretty and sit tight. We've gone through this before with Cardano, haven't we? Where we went up, we got overextended, we rolled back, held support really well, and it went through a 10-week consolidation range right here for Cardano. And so far, so good. We are holding strength really well. And what I want to say to you is a precursor to losing to a bear market, okay? Remember this. If you start to do this, okay, if you start to roll under the 20, especially right here, because you can see with Cardano, it's so strong that you're above the 20. You've been above the 20 in the 55 for so long, okay? For so long. It's a massive uptrend and enormous strength for Cardano since you got the bearing. Buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid here last year on the 29th of June. See you later, alligator. We're out of here for Cardano, and it's been nothing but in a beautiful uptrend ever since. And yeah, okay, you're going to run into resistance, and you know where that resistance is right there. We've shown you before, and you've rolled back, and obviously Bitcoin's affected Cardano's strength, but it is strong. It is strong, okay? One precursor to an impending bear market is when you do this. Blow off top, which is a euphoric stage of a bull run, which is coming. This is going to be up here, and potentially the overextension of the 1618 there up towards $18 for Cardano. Once that comes, you know, that's your sort of a precursor, so to speak. It's getting a little bit extended, and you got to sort of think about your position. Again, not financial advice, but if you do start to see Cardano roll and come under the 20, this is why staying above the 20 is so important. I can't stress to you enough. You need to stay above the 20 EMA on the weekly time frame, because if you don't, you start hitting your head on it and you roll back and you lose the 55. If you've lost the 55, it's game over, and you're entering a bit of a bear market and a downtrend, so to speak, and you've reversed the trend, okay, on the weekly, and you can see it just takes so long to come back, because in here you lost the 20, you've lost the 55 as well, and you're hitting your head. You create the bearish crossover here, but obviously there wasn't that much trading data. That's why the 55's only dropped in there in October, okay, because it was 55 weeks after its inception, and you can see that that's when the moving average there, the exponential moving average, actually dropped in for Cardano, and you can see it's hitting its head. Bear market. At the minute, you're in a bull market. Now, there's another indicator I'm going to drop in as well. I'm going to show you this indicator, okay? I'm just going to drop out this fib right now. You can see this particular, it's called a Keltner channel, okay? To find this, what you do, you go to indicators and just type KC. Type KC like that, okay? Sorry, type KC like that, and it's Keltner channels. The first one that comes up, click on it, and you'll see it drops into your charts right there, okay? And it's basically a bit of a cloud, and effectively, when you're inside it, you're relatively bullish, but when you're under it in your head, you can see you're bearish effectively. And right now you can see Cardano, ever since it broke out here, it's been above it, you came back into it, it's relatively sideways chopped, you see that? But when you're above it, you're in an uptrend, and right now you can see you've just started to come below the top of it, but you did there as well in this consolidation event. So you're just at the top of the channel. Now if you do start to see Cardano pick up and get back above the channel, the Keltner channel right here, and start to close out above it, that's confirmation that you're entering a new uptrend, and you're basically reversing this consolidation event right here, and you're starting to march on. Just like here, you were consolidating, going sideways, and then you came back into it, but then you picked back up and you got above it here. You closed the week out above, and look, you've had a couple of beautiful weeks right there. So do keep an eye on this particular Keltner channel, KC. Bring it into your charts. And again, one indicator, you only have to look at the 55. If you're under the Keltner channel and you're hitting your head, you're in a downtrend. Look, you're in a downtrend, bear trend. Do you see that? So this is where you need to see Cardano stay above this particular channel right here. Stay. If not, stay inside it. Don't lose it as support, because like I said to you, if you start rolling out of it and you're closing below it, that in itself is a big precursor that you're entering a bear market. So far, there's absolutely zero signs of a bear market for Cardano or any particular project, okay, at the moment. Yeah, we've got overextended. We're rolling over. We're adhering. We're back testing support. We're holding the 20 on the weekly. This is what I mean about Cardano being very, very strong in this market. And effectively, I think once Bitcoin sorts itself out, finds out what it wants to do with itself, and sort of starts marching onwards and upwards, which I do anticipate, by the way. I do expect one more sort of retest of support, to be honest with you, for Bitcoin. I do expect it to come down to that 28k. And again, I've not got a crystal ball, but it is a key level of support that if you do start to see Bitcoin roll, it does need to adhere to and hold as support, because obviously if it does lose that, then you're looking at a straight drop to 20k, which is the previous high of the bull market, which is effectively a swing high into a swing low, retest of support, a back test of support effectively in this bull market. And that for me, if Bitcoin falls any lower than that, then that's it. Your bear market, you're entering a bear market for Bitcoin. But again, there's no signs of that at the moment. Bitcoin's just got really overextended, people are over leveraged, and there's been a bit of a correction, and that's the space, unfortunately. This is crypto. This is what happens, okay? So right now, yeah, in the Keltner channel right there, you're looking beautiful. I'm going to say it, you look golden, okay? You would not look at that chart and think, yeah, that looks relatively good. Golden, yeah, that's a big whopping red candle right there, but look at the support. Look at the wick at the bottom. Enormous amount of support for Cardano since it had a breakdown. So, yeah, it's called KC, okay? KC, the Keltner channel. You're currently up 57% since the local bottom there, since that correction for Cardano. So yeah, if any of your projects, go on to any of your projects that you're invested in and bring up the Keltner channel. If you're under the Keltner channel and you're hitting your head, that in itself is a precursor from CoinsKid that okay, well, yeah, we're in a bit of a we're entering a bit of a bear market there, aren't we? We're in a major downtrend right there, and you will see it hits its head, and it struggles just like here. Look, it's hitting its head. Once you enter and start to close below that, you're effectively being pushed down until you can break back above it. So it is a precursor that you're entering a bit more of a downtrend, so to speak, for your particular projects. But right now, yeah, we're doing really well. We're above it. Well, not necessarily above it, but we're in the top of the channel right there. And with the potential to break out above, march on back to support, see you later alligator, we're off up to that wave 5 right there for Cardano, up to sort of towards $7 for Cardano in this bull market. But like I said to you, Bitcoin needs to sort its effing self out, doesn't it? So right now I'm just going to jump into Cardano on the hourly time frame to see what we can see. So on the hourly time frame for Cardano, then you can see you've got your absolute rock bottom in here. You're caught between a range at the moment. You can see this, okay? You've got some kind of reversal trend going on just there. Do you see it's potentially a W bottom right there? Straight off the bat, you've got a bit of a double W bottom just here, okay, which is a bit of a reversal trend like that. Do you see that? So the other day, I think you had one just here, and we said if you break this, look for upside, but you can see it was a throwback. It came back in, and obviously started to hit its head on it. It was resistance, and you come back down to test this low. Do you see that? And you bounced off it, which is good. It shows you're making sort of high lows, so to speak. Do you see this? So right now, yeah, you've got another little W double bottom pattern on the go for Cardano just here. That effectively, if you break this level of resistance just there, you could see a nice little pump, and I should give you that right now. So from there to there, you could see that if Cardano was to break out, this is where you could see it come back up to at least test a 179 for Cardano. So what I'm going to do is drop this in right now, this particular level just here, that if you do start to see Cardano get above that, then you're looking for a nice little pump for Cardano. So do anticipate that you could be looking at a 13% pump for Cardano. But what I would say is, at the moment, you sort of caught them under the 20 EMA on the hourly time frame, okay? If you continue to be caught under that, it's going to force you back down to test this low again. Now, this low just here, I'm going to drop this in for you. This is just here, okay, at 138. Now, if Cardano continues to remain under the hourly 20 right here, you are going to be forced into some kind of retest of this low, because this is what it's going to do. If you keep hitting your head, keep hitting your head, keep hitting your head, it's going to force you down. And effectively, look, you've got some kind of triangle on the go right here. Do you see this? Where you've come up like this, doing this, doing this. And because you've come down into it, you may be looking at a dropout just there, okay? That's a continuation pattern, effectively. But obviously, you can break out as well, and we've just gave you that target just there. If you did break out of this, you could see that pump upwards like that. So what I'm going to do is do this. So if you was to see the breakdown, and if you did start to see Cardano lose $1.38, let's get rid of that. If you did start to see Cardano lose $1.38, then do expect a little short down to that particular area right there of around $1.18, which is a 13% short for Cardano, okay? But like I said to you, if you continue to keep hitting your head on the resistance right there, and you can see right now you're hitting your head on the hourly 20, if you do continue to keep doing that, then it's going to force you down. But if you can get back above it, you're going to attack with a 157, potentially come back up and break this level of resistance right there. You could be looking at a nice little long of around 12% up to test 179. So do keep an eye on that right now, okay? Because this is a kind of little W double bottom, and like I've just outlined to you, you know, you've got this kind of descending triangle on the go there for Cardano as well, where you're trading like this. Don't forget, this is on the hourly time frame. You are being forced into some kind of move, and this is the beauty of the EMAs. This is what the EMAs do, okay? If you're hitting your resistance, look, it's creeping you down, and if you're above them, you're back testing the support, it creeps you up. It really is that simple. This is why you need the EMAs in your charts. This is the 20 EMA, the yellow line's the 20 EMA, and the red line is the 55 EMA. In my opinion, the best EMAs. Don't cloud your charts. Don't overpopulate your charts with indicators and technicals. They are the best, absolute rock solid best indicators to use, in my opinion, okay? Again, not financial advice, and you will find your own way in this market. But yeah, I've given you a couple of breakdown targets right there for Cardano, but at the minute, Bitcoin is so indecisive, isn't it? But you can see it is effectively really strong in the market as Cardano for just consolidating, not falling down to zero like some people anticipate, before like taking that next leg up in this bull market for Cardano right there. So yeah, on the hourly time frame, keep an eye on it. If it's hitting its head on the 20, do anticipate that you're going to come down to test a 138. Potentially, if you start to close that, then you're looking, if you close below it, so to speak, if you start losing its support, then you're looking at a $1.19 Cardano token, and effectively you might be on your way to retest this bottom down here if we have a further correction across the board for crypto. So do keep an eye on that, okay? So what you've got that, and obviously if you was to come back up above the EMAs, get back up above 20, start testing this as resistance to 157, then I would imagine you're looking at a lovely little long to 179 right there for Cardano. It's boring, it's flat, it's consolidating, and I know it's frustrating. We've gone through all this before, but Cardano is relatively healthy. Take care, everyone. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned. I'll be back to another update on Cardano. Bye bye.